Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm reviewing the Maybelline Fit Me Matte plus Poreless foundation. I've been waiting for this product to be released here in the UK for such a long time. I'm so excited that finally they decided to release it here. I believe it's been out in the States for over a year and I've been itching to buy this product, and the only sites that I could see this product available here in the UK was eBay, and the prices were a little bit over the top. I said I'm not going to pay £15 for a drugstore foundation when I know this is very affordable in the States. Now, if you are familiar to the Fit Me line, you know that this packaging is completely, or you can see that this packaging is completely different from the release in the States, which comes in a glass jar. Now, the original formula, which I reviewed over 2 years ago, I think, will be linked in the info bar below if you're interested more in that formula for you if you have normal to dry skin. It comes in a glass, and the one that was released here in the UK also has a pump, which was a plus for us. Now, this is completely different when it comes to the packaging. It's made of plastic, it's a squeezy tube, and I really appreciate this type of packaging because if I'm going on a trip somewhere, I can carry this and not be too afraid of breaking it, or if I need to carry it with me on my day-to-day to work, which I don't, but if I needed to reapply foundation, this is perfect because it's just a squeezy tube. Now, unfortunately, here in the UK, as always, I say this every time I review a drugstore foundation, the amount of shades that they've released is very, very limited. I believe in the States they have 14 shades of this foundation, and over here I've only seen 6 shades available. The one that I have is 220, which is Natural Beige. I am so happy that they've released this shade here because it's the only one that would really suit my natural skin tone. But if you are of a deeper skin tone, you're not going to find a shade available for you at the drugstore at the moment. You will find this available at Boots and Superdrug, but they only have 6. On the website, there are 6 shades available, but I think I've seen in the store 8 shades. I am not too sure. It's still not enough. Hopefully Maybelline will release a lot more, but this is the issue that we have here in the UK. They never release the entire line, so it's a struggle for us over here. The description on the back of the packaging, it says Fit Me Matte and Poreless is a liquid foundation for normal to oily skin. It mattifies and refines pores with blurring micro powders for poreless looking skin. It matches skin tone and texture. It has a natural seamless finish. It doesn't say at the back if it has SPF, nor it says at the front. It comes in a 30 ml bottle, which is 1 fluid ounce, but I am not too sure if it has SPF. I have taken pictures with this foundation and it doesn't seem to really have any white cast, but I will insert hopefully some good pictures here for you guys to see. If I don't, I'll put a link from my Instagram account because I've been taking pictures with this foundation on. So before applying my foundation and showing you the coverage that you can get with this, I have to show you my current skin imperfections. I've been having a lot of breakouts in my jaw area, and I believe they're hormonal, and they always happen in the same areas as you can see. I also have a few marks which are kind of like fading from last month, but I still have them. So I prefer a foundation at the moment that gives me a little bit more coverage so that my skin looks a little bit more perfected. For primer, I've been using the Makeup Revolution Pro Prime Aqua Priming Base. This is a new product that I'm trying, and I've been using it with this foundation. I've also used my Soap and Glory, what's it called, One Heck of a Blood Primer. I use that one, but because the weather is a little bit more not too warm, I wanted to try this one and this one alone and see if it would make a difference with a new foundation. To apply the foundation, I am using a Sigma brush. This one is the Round Top Kabuki F82. It's rounded, and I really think that this brush works really, really well with this foundation because the foundation is quite blendable, but it's not as liquidy as it sounds when I shake the packaging, because I always shake, make sure that the foundation is ready for me for application. When I apply it on my hand, it comes out a little bit thick, but when I put my hand up for you guys to see, it starts running down my hand, which is not a big issue. I don't have an issue with that. At least it's not way too thick or mousse-like, and it's just going to start separating on your face, so I don't have an issue with that. So as I mentioned before, the foundation is very blendable. I feel like it just glides on the skin, and this shade matches me so well that I don't feel like I need to drag it down my neck all that much, although I still do it because my neck is a little bit lighter than my face. But I find that the shade works really well because it just has enough yellow and a little bit of olive undertone in it, which is perfect now for spring and summer because I'm an NC30ish to NC35. But I'll put some foundation shades below just to cross-reference to help you guys out in case you don't know which shade to go for if you're interested in this foundation. Now, is the foundation really poreless? I wouldn't go that far in saying yes, it's poreless, but it really depends on the size of your pores. I have really enlarged pores. The older I'm getting, the larger they're getting, and they're becoming a nuisance, and they're very, very annoying, but it's stuff that I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So when I have a foundation that says it's poreless, I really want to see if it performs well. And I find that the foundation blurs imperfections. It doesn't sink into my pores. It doesn't sink into my smile lines, which is really good. I have fine lines on my forehead. I find that right now it's kind of like showing my lines a little bit more, and I think it's because of the powder that I use. Maybe I over powdered myself today, but for the most part the foundation just looks really, really nice. When it comes to the pores, I just think it blurs them, but it doesn't make you look poreless, if that makes any sense. But if you're young and you don't have a lot of pores, they will probably disappear or look like they're not there. But for somebody who's getting a little bit older like myself and I have really enlarged pores, they're still there, but they don't bother me all that much. Now, the matte finish of this foundation is very, very natural. It doesn't look like cake face matte, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I applied a little bit too much powder because I have these lights on me and I don't want to look shiny whilst I'm doing a video. But during the day, I just apply, for example, my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, which is a very, very finely milled powder, and the foundation just looks so beautiful. I've been really, really enjoying this foundation. Now, as I mentioned so many times in previous videos, I wake up very early. I put my foundation or my makeup around 6:30 in the morning. I get home around 5:30, and that's when I'm getting ready to remove my makeup. So on a day-to-day basis, like from Monday to Friday, I wear makeup for at least 12 hours. And I find that this foundation lasts really, really, really well. I was actually surprised and very, very impressed because when I tried the original formula, I loved how it looked on my skin, but I would become so oily within like a couple of hours that I knew the foundation would not last all that long. Now, I feel like I have to retouch myself a little bit throughout the day because I start getting oily or shiny. I don't want to say oily. I start getting shiny by the 4th to 5th hour, and I need to blot. I don't feel like I need to apply powder, but I definitely need to blot. And when I blot with tissue, I don't see the foundation transferring all that much. I feel like it's just oil, the oil that's seeping through. So the foundation is still on my skin. Could it be because I'm using this particular primer? When I used another primer, the same thing happened. The foundation didn't transfer all that much. After maybe 7 to 8 hours that I've been using the foundation, I still have to continue blotting because I don't think that this foundation has oil controlling properties. I'm not too sure if in the States the description is a little bit longer and it tells you that it absorbs oil for the entire day. It does not. I feel like the foundation just stays matte for about maybe 4 hours, 3-ish to 4 hours, and then you start getting shiny, a little bit glowy, like a healthy glow, but then you have to start blotting depending on how oily your skin is. If I've not mentioned at the start of the video, this foundation retails for £5.99, so it's super affordable. I'm not too sure if they're going to keep the foundation at this price, but everywhere I've seen it, it's only £5.99. It doesn't say it came down from a particular price to this price, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it will stay at this price. Now, if you have normal to dry skin, I'm not too sure if this foundation would work for you. Although it says it's matte, it doesn't feel like cakey matte, if that makes any sense. And I do have a few, like I have a dry spot right over here, and I don't feel like the foundation clings to that, so it can work. I don't know. just give it a try. I don't want to say yes, it's going to work for you and then you're going to go out and buy it and it's not going to work and it's going to flake and stuff like that. But I have a few breakouts, they're dry, and I don't feel like the foundation is clinging to those. And as I mentioned before, or if I didn't, I feel like this foundation performs just as well as a higher end foundation. And for £5.99, you just cannot go wrong. I feel like it's very easily become my favorite foundation from the drugstore, especially because it's matte, but it looks natural. So it's perfect for me for every day. I have to apply a moisturizer with SPF because I don't think it has SPF. It doesn't claim to have on the bottle or on the description on the Boots website. But I am really enjoying this foundation. So that is my review. I hope this was helpful. I know some of you really wanted to know my thoughts on this foundation. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that maybe I've missed out and you really want to know. I'll make sure to answer your questions. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.